Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Westia Alifa Surya Pratiwi. I'm from Geology Batch 2021, Polytechnic of Energy and Mining Bandung. And I'm going to tell you about my scientific paper. Climate change is an event that occurs due to an increase in temperature. This causes global warming, change in rain patterns, and sea level rise. One of the problems of climate change that can threaten human life is global warming. It should be noted that mining activities contribute to until 3% of global carbon dioxide emission and have a major role in reducing emission. As we know, energy consumption in Indonesia still relies on fossil energy, especially fuel oil. Although the role of coal is not as high as fuel oil, both types of energy have experienced a fairly high increase. High dependence on domestic coal reached 30% of total consumption. There is also a strong demand for mineral and metals such as copper, lithium, cobalt, graphite, and nickel at this time. This mineral is precisely what is used in low-carbon technology and will increase rapidly in the future. In this case, there is a clash between energy need and effort to reduce carbon emission. However, if the practice of zero-carbon mining or climate-smart mining is driven, then the transition energy will be completely safe. Then, how to keep the mining industry running while still paying attention to the issue of climate change? There are many options for existing solutions. Namely, number one is carrying out reclamation. Land reclamation is an activity to restore damaged land conditions so that they can function optimally. Reclamation can also be said as land that can be used for useful purpose. In my writing, I focus on reclamation with Kemirisunan and Kaliandra because it has many benefits. And number two is implementing zero-carbon mining, like using CCS technology and implementing clean coal technology. CCS or carbon capture storage is the CDR or carbon dioxide removal technology that initiated can be a breakthrough to reduce large-scale emission. CCUS as part of CCS has been tested in Gundi, Sukawati, and Tangguh fields. This technology can capture up to 19% of industrial emission. There has been a study from the Research and Development Center for Oil and Gas which show that ratings and screening have been carried out to determine the potential for large carbon dioxide EOR or enhanced oil recovery storage. The study also showed the potential for Salim Aquifer to store 9.68 gigatons of carbon dioxide from the South Sumatra and West Java Basin. Overall, Indonesia has carbon storage potential around 2 gigatons. Workings of this CCUS use carbon capture by a gas solvent, which is added with carbon, then it will be separated from the rest of mixed components. It is then heated to recover only the carbon, which is then compressed, cooled, and liquefied to facilitate transport to storage further from the emission site. Carbon is stored deep underground where there are usually aquifer or reservoir of depleted natural gas. In addition to being stored, carbon dioxide can be reused to produce hydrocarbon. Then there is also BACCS or bioenergy with carbon capture storage is a technology that involves the utilization of biomass as an energy source and the capture and storage of carbon dioxide produced during the conversion of biomass into energy. Furthermore, with the implementation of clean coal technology such as biocoal briquette, activated carbon, brown coal sample plant, coal gasification pilot plant, and coal liquefaction pilot plant. However, in the SWOT analysis, gasification will be emphasized because it is most voiced at recently. The results of the SWOT analysis show that reclamation has many advantages with the possibility of low risk. While CCUS technology has many advantages, especially in Indonesia, because it has a fairly high risk, both in terms of production cost and the risk of accident. And the gasification also has a high risk in the economy. So, a solution that has many benefits and minimal risk is taken is by reclamation. If the company continues to carry out reclamation, the environment will be maintained. Moreover, Kemiri Sunan and Kaliandra plant can grow on degraded land, so there is no longer any excuse. Then, how to make this solution work? Number 1 is we need to really implement Law Number 3 of 2020 regarding amendment to Law Number 4 2009 concerning mineral and coal mining. Mining companies that do not provide reclamation guarantee funds will be sentenced to 5 years and a fine of 100 billion. Number 2 is making Kemiri Sunan as biodiesel, so that Kemiri Sunan can be taken advantage of. It's not just palm oil that has been designed as biodiesel. In fact, when compared to palm oil, Kemiri Sunan has many advantages, and its function will be not collide with food needs because the fruit is poisonous. And number 3, seeing the total of energy subsidy is quite large, the funds should also be allocated for the use of Kemiri Sunan and Kaliandra to be used as biomass, which will be good for the development of new renewable energy. Maybe that's it. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.